Hey, welcome everyone. We have a very special guest joining us today. One of the members in our South Asian six-pack transformation program for men, Prativ Patel, who achieved his one-year fat loss goal in 90 days as a vegetarian at 49. Prativ, I just want to take a quick moment here to congratulate you on the success that you've had so far. And I also want to just extend a sincere gratitude also for you joining and wanting to do this here together with me today. And just sharing a little bit of your experience. So I'd love to, just kind of get started and hear from you how you're doing today, and we can kind of dive in.
Thank you for the introduction. It means a
Of course.
lot. I really appreciate it. Uh, I feel great. It's been nice, close to that, and I am in the best shape of my life right
Let's
now.
go. So, Pradeep, I would love for you to, if you could introduce yourself to everybody, just let them know who you are, what you do, a little bit about your background, and then we could dive into just your fitness journey as a whole.
So I'm a business owner. I have a couple of hotels in California, which is area. I'm just 3 miles from the SFO airport. I've been doing this for good 4 years. Uh, so my journey with this program is I've been meaning to do this for a long time, but I never got to the point where I was really serious about it. Let's put it that way. This year I was turning out, this is the year I want to out. And enough, I did concentrate on it really good. I made it happen. I gave myself like 9 months to do this actually, but achieving in like 90 days is phenomenal. I even surprised myself, doing this for myself. Journey is great. First couple of weeks, kind of, my energy. Of course, we were in a calorie deficit and so forth, but I think the body responded very well. And a couple of things Irslan suggested for the protein for a vegetarian, getting into the whey protein, the yogurt that you suggested. So all these little things helped. And I think after that, I think it was just a matter of losing 1.2 pounds a week. And I think I continued and my body responded amazingly well. So I think that was the key for because the reason for me to keep going, continuing into what, I felt, the way my body reacted to the food, uh, walk. I think I haven't in my life, honestly. So that was the key for all these things. And three, weight training, and that is it. I think as simple as I could put it.
Yeah.
So yeah, so this has been a great journey for me. Yes.
Thank you, Pradeep. I love hearing that. And not to mention doing the weight training at home with your tonal, not like you're even going to a gym or anything like that either.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
I got this machine in money, honestly, during the COVID. And before to do all this, I had a F45, Orange Theories. So I was always into all these programs, but I never got the results I intended to get, because my food was still the same, or I was eating the same kind of food. Uh, I did not have a system, and I was looking for a long to get a system. Again, my food is Indian food. I was always looking for, South Indian coach that would coach us over here. Uh, and of course, Lan used, your ad on Instagram did the job for me. And I'm glad, I'm thankful that I did this program. And with the results I have, it's amazing. And tonal. Tonal is something that I didn't have to go. And besides that, you have suggested, and I have just the same, it's a boring kind of things that I do all day, but I work, Okay. Initially I thought, oh, I need a different program. I need to do different exercises. But the set of exercises that you had recommended on it, and every day there is increment of some weight going from 50 to 52 pounds or 70 to 72 pounds. Every single day there is an increment of all these weight. And I think that helped build my strength. And it's a great machine that it's automated, it does with AI, tells it does it on its own. So you don't have to worry about it, keeping you, which is a great about tonal, not too much, but yes,
Yeah.
that strength training, it did.
No, it's great. Like a lot of our clients work out from home, whether it's with at-home adjustable dumbbells like the Bowflex or
Yeah.
even the tonal system, and it's great. You're able to do everything from home. And one of the philosophies that I think really is not only characteristic of your workouts, but just characteristic of you in general is just incremental improvements. I've noticed that with you across the board, whether it's with steps, nutrition, exercise, you're always improving slightly, and it's obviously leading to compounding results over time, which is funny because we were just talking about the compounding effect right before we went live here.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Prativ, one thing I would love to hear from you about is you mentioned you've tried these things in the past, whether it was F45 and whatever the case was, and you weren't really seeing the results because, like you were mentioning, the main thing that was missing for you was the system around the nutrition. Can you talk a little bit about what do you feel like was the biggest difference with the system that I was able to help you implement into your day to day, where you are eating South Asian food, where you are a vegetarian? Obviously, you're eating like you're from Gujarat, right? So as an example. So I'd love to hear from you a little bit about that as well.
I think the macro said, I think there is a formula: 40% protein, 40%, it's 20% fat. And I tried to be in there. There's nothing perfect. You don't want to stress over, if you went a little bit over, but um, that gave me an idea. The app that you have where I just take a picture and it tells me how much it. So I just needed a little idea of how much calories I'm every single meal. And before, I started, breakfast consisted of a tea, some Indian, snacks, biscuits and stuff like that. So I was probably putting 300, 400 morning, just like that. And, not a healthy breakfast, just to add, I mean, I had this for so many years. It's nothing that I changed it. So that changed, for me. So in the morning, now I probably tea, but without probably, I might have a biscuit here and there. But I change it, I do yogurt alternate days, or I would have yogurt 3, 4 days in a row. If I miss tea, I might have tea in the morning. But uh, other than that, I think the plan that you gave me to stick to this, and the calorie deficit that we were on the phase one, that helped a lot. And even if I was going out to eat, I was mindful of that, like how much calorie I was putting into my body. Otherwise, I feel like all the efforts that I've done would just like that, because next morning, if I weigh myself, I will be bloated and I'll be a pound or two more on the scale, which I didn't want to have it.
Yeah.
Journey, seriously enough, serious enough, and that photos, the calorie counts, it might not be perfect, but it gives you an idea where you are or what you are eating on this side. So that helped. That really helped.
Yeah. And what's interesting to me is that before, everything you ever tried was always in person for the most part. And obviously, I'm in New York City. You're all the way out in the Gold Coast, California.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear from you. Like, what made you decide to do this, knowing it was completely online and that there was no in-person element to it?
Um, I just wanted if you asked me. It didn't matter if I was in person or not because I had done so many programs. They were in person, and of course, I results here and there. That could be temporarily, but here I'm looking to sustain, amount of time, and I want a coach that could help do that. Now I'm in a phase one. I might get worried if I'm on phase two. I'll start eating and then my up. But again, that's where you come in and you guide me through this whole journey and maintain where we want to be. So let's say F45, for example. I probably have 2 or 3 class a week, or I went to O2 Body Fit or Orange Theory. But nutrition, I never took into account, I was always eating whatever I wanted to eat, thinking that, oh, I'm exercising anyway, so I'm burning off my calories. It doesn't matter what I eat. So I think that's not the right way. I think nutrition comes first, then comes your exercise regime after that.
Yeah.
So fixing the part one was important for me, which the nutrition.
Yeah. And I'm just taking some notes here so I can remember to bring this up also is, could you talk about the food you're eating now?
So I pretty much eat most of the same stuff, but I think I've included a lot of protein in it. My wife helps me do that. So, I should just give credit to her, like let's grab that's our number one,
That looks
I love
so
that.
good. That lettuce wrap with tofu looks so good, man.
It is it is a really good and then consuming a lot of omelet, eggs, and you know for us, moong dal, chana dal, all that stuff. So give too much protein, but at least if a small 15 to 20 of protein, according to you, my requirement is 40 grams, but never reached that. But even getting at 90 or 100, I think that was a very reasonable goal for me, right? So that helped, and cut downing on the carbs was, before I'd have used to have a lot of protein. So the portion, I reduced it. I still eat it, dal, rice, and stuff like that, but I control my now. I might just take once and that's it. I don't want to second, and then I keep myself little empty, want to be full. So the protein helps actually. If I have a whey protein around 3, 4 o'clock in the evening, like after when I exercise or so forth, my stomach is full. So in the evening, the meal becomes automatically like a less calorie, anyways for me. So protein does help control your portion.
It doesn't sound like you're. Yeah, well, of course, water helps as well.
Yeah, and water. Yeah, and then I think you tell me what I think I remember as well. Yes.
It doesn't really sound like to me that you're feeling hungry much throughout the day.
No, I don't. And even if I do, I'll just take some peanuts or whatever if I need to, and just snack it for a little bit on nuts, here. But other than that, I feel my energy, tired. I can walk. I can keep walking actually, a lot if I really intend to. Yeah.
That's probably helping with your energy, the walking, getting in some steps.
It does help, definitely.
So obviously, Prativ, we've reached our goal now. You went from 165 down to 150, and that was your goal. You wanted to hit 150 by the time you turned 50. You achieved your 9-month, 1-year goal in 3 months, 90 days. And so obviously, we've now pushed the goalpost a little bit to 145. Could you share with everybody, when was the last time you were even within the vicinity of this weight that you're currently at now, that you were able to achieve within a few months?
Well, when I was 24.
So 25 years ago was the last time you're at the exact same weight you're at right now, from what I'm hearing.
Wait,
Yeah.
That's right.
And can you
That is
share
right.
with what was that?
No, that's
Could
right.
you Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So could you share with everybody, like, what do you feel like was the biggest unexpected benefit you got as a result of getting down to this weight?
I think my sleep is,
Mm.
I, I mean, my sleep was okay before too, but now I feel like it's amazing. I feel fresh in the,
Mm.
so that is the icing on the cake. It gives me
Mm.
the mornings are good. There is good energy going. So that it feels good naturally. When you lose weight. By the way, my blood pressure. That is the biggest one. I should
Let's hear
mention
it.
that because yeah, because that I have in my normal range now.
What was it before? Just to give
120 is
everybody a
over
little bit of
80s.
context.
I was in 40s. I was in
Wow.
140s over high 80s. The
Mm.
medicine. So now I'm in
Mm.
120s. So that is the biggest one, I
Yeah.
would say, more than
Yeah,
any.
of course. And what else has getting down to this weight and just overall this new lifestyle that you're living now provided for you? And what do you feel like it unlocked for you that maybe you weren't able to experience before?
Like longevity, I would say. You know, I think my goal for all this that I'm trying to give is I want less doctor visits. I don't want to go for blood pressure or diabetes or any of these things to them. You know, I don't want to go to the doctor. I think that is the biggest one I want to do this whole weight loss program. And of course maintain that after
Mm.
that. So because I think we're prone to high blood pressures. In South India, Asia, Indians have a very high diabetic group. All across the world. I think it's number one country. So thankfully, my family doesn't have it. My parents don't have it, but they have blood pressure, and that I need to control, right? Because that could lead to a lot of other issues, heart failures and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, of course.
so this is the age. I think it's appropriate for somebody to really serious about it if they are really concerned about things like that.
Mm.
Um, so that will help. That will definitely help, in the next 15,
Absolutely.
20, 30 years, whatever, we have it in our lives, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Absolutely. And what I would love to hear from you also is what were you expecting to get from the program? And how did that match up with the reality of what you actually got once you were inside?
See, honestly, I did not expect much. I thought it'd be a very temporary thing for me when I signed. I thought that, okay, maybe I'll lose few here and there, but the results that I got, and then, once I got into it, it kept me going. Um, and, the whole, this is just, it just passed by like that. And to get here and the way I want to be right here now. I want to be, this is what I wanted to achieve. And probably I feel the best, in so many years I have been. So uh, initially, I thought maybe I'll lose food and then maybe I'll go back to normal teams and stuff like that. But that first few pounds that I lost, encouraged me to keep going.
Mm. How quickly did you see those initial results, by the way, after you joined the program?
I think a couple of weeks, 2 weeks I was in, and it was, yeah, I started feeling good,
Mm.
and once it was 64 to 63 to 60, and it was gradual. It's not like a gas dropped it. You were dropping like a pound, 1 pound to every week, or there was a time, we went through for 2 weeks too. We were stagnant, plateaued for a couple of weeks.
Mm.
And then again, it started this
Yeah.
thing. So, so
Yeah.
today I'm at what 149.2. So,
Yeah. Congratulations.
so
149. You're getting
that's it.
close to that new goal. Yeah.
Exactly.
We're gonna get you a six pack,
I need a
Prativ.
I completely need a job. It's none of my clothes fits well. God damn it, I gotta
Have
go and
people been
buy
noticing,
something.
by the way, like your face and
Oh,
like the way you're looking?
uh, so I just had an event. I had to go for a wedding, and this is, oh, wow. What did you do? So, yeah, I mean, yeah, they do notice that. Yes,
Yeah. And how does that make you feel when
they do.
like people are noticing not only yourself but like around you as well?
I, it feels great, obviously, right? But it's not for
Of course.
them. But just to get a compliment, it's a good compliment.
Absolutely.
So, but yeah, it's a great
Yeah.
feeling.
Absolutely, man. It's good when other people recognize it because then it's like it makes it more real for you also. Like it adds to the
Yeah,
motivation.
yeah.
What do you feel like was maybe the biggest hurdle that you had to overcome in order to make the leap into joining the program?
Scheduling. Business is such that I'm hands-on, right? Anytime. My business, because I'm managing two employees between two hotels. Always thing happen. So I had my day, right? I mean, so that was for me, and even over the years, that has been the biggest challenge. So to do this while having a couple of businesses, you being owner, and you have a lot of responsibilities. Uh, 24/7 business off from 9 to 5, and you're gone. No, then you have time, but no, mine is anytime. So that was a challenge, but I think, I mean, this year, because I'm going to focus on my health, I'll give, I'm going to spend hours doing what I need to do. And I'll find a way. So let's say if I'm at the hotel and I know that I have one, afternoon. So I would just start walking on the street. There is a park behind my hotel is over there. So I started becoming more clear about it, rather all the way in the evening, and where I live and cold, windy, you know. Yeah, I got who to go out and walk in detail to go it, right? So I might want to do it during the day in the afternoon when the weather is a little, conducive to walk. So all small things that I did, there was a view behind it. There was something higher, you could say. I wanted to do it, and
Mm.
uh, the first conversation I had, I remember. I said I need accountability. You know, to have somebody watching me, right? Hey, if I fall off, you are there to tell me. That's exactly what should, because let's say if I was enough steps, you would say, Prativ, you need to increase your step count. Or if I was not drinking water, uh, take more water intake, right? So that's an app does help, right? That you have to log. And of course, it is annoying to keep logging, but that helps. That is accountability. I think that was across over the years, whatever I was trying to achieve or do. So that is an important fact. All of these is somebody you
Mm.
able to you. So I if you are my coach and you are me where I want to, and I have listened to you. So that is, and I did this sincerely. Honestly, I did.
Yeah. Listen, man, that's
Yeah,
the one trait amongst everyone that does well is they're coachable.
yeah,
If you're willing
yeah,
to be coachable and you're willing to follow instructions, you're going to do well. because
Yeah,
it's very simple at the end of the day. And so
that's right.
with that said, what's maybe like a golden nugget that you can share with anybody listening that they can maybe go and implement starting today? And they might be a vegetarian, might be where you were before you joined, where they can maybe start seeing some results just implementing this one golden nugget that you have for them. And it could be anything. It could be nutritionally related. It could be exercise related. It could even be mindfulness related, right? Like you share a lot of amazing ideas. So I'd love to hear like a one golden nugget that you can maybe share with
So,
somebody
you
listening to
you
this that's
have
vegetarian.
I think the golden nugget I would say is you have to bring breathing and meditation in your life. Okay, so that is what I've been doing for last 5 years. And I think the whole journey, I would give credit to that because I'm very centered, because I do breathing and exercise. It's the first thing in the morning I do it. And without fail, I will do it. But that clears my mind completely. So all this thing that happens during the day, whether uh, I have to exercise, whether I have to walk, whatever that could be. Because I start my day in a very calm way, it gives me the clarity to focus on all these other things. And um I think it makes discipline easy. Let's put it that way, because everything is discipline at the end of the day. And if you fall, see, I had 2, 3 weeks where I had friends visiting me or my brother and his wife and his daughter last week. But this is, ice cream, I love it, you know. But I just had 2, 3 spoons and I was happy with it. I didn't miss anything. But the point is, because you are on a journey, I look, you want to have a whole scoop of ice cream or the whole thing, but that thing is like 1,000 calories just right there. Okay, so no, you don't want to do that, right? I mean,
No.
because you work so hard, and there's one like little thing of 1,000 calories is ridiculous. So that comes from all this mindfulness. Your mind. I'm not. There is a craving, but you could have 2, 3 spoons and you're fine. Because that's a craving, and I overcome that. So I was sharing with my wife or my daughters, and I was fine with it. So in the wedding, they were serving another ice cream, and I just said I don't want it. And my friend next to me says, "Oh, now I know your secret." So I said, "Yes,
Yeah.
that is the secret." But I think to say no, when you need to, it's important as well.
Mm.
You have to say no, it matters the most, because all your, the effort that you put, all the exercise, everything that you did just goes down the drain, if you did that. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't want to, you should enjoy it, and I do enjoy it too. I love chocolates, so I would have one here and there. So I'm not depriving myself at the same time, but
Mm.
smaller quantity.
No.
Yeah.
I love that. No, you're not
But I
restricting.
think
Yeah.
the mindfulness is important. I think that is the whole point when you ask for golden
Yeah.
nugget. I think
Yeah.
mindfulness.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And then what would you maybe say to
Yeah.
anybody that is watching this, they're considering something like this, and they're on the fence, maybe even to have a conversation to see if this might even make sense for them? What would you say to an individual like that about even having a conversation, let alone like joining the program?
No, I think everybody should try. You know, I tried. You know, and I think people, I always felt like, and before we talked, this is a discussion I had. We on the videos, we see reels, we see YouTubes, we see everything, so much information. Oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. And another coach comes in, oh, you need to do this. And her mind is confused, you know.
Mm.
So I would say, give it a shot, try it. See, focus on one thing, Don't try to keep doing. Thousands of people are telling you online and to try to do it. Stick to one thing and it will give you results, you know. But when you stick, just give it a shot, first of all. That is important. And for me, I have my gurus and sad. There are so people or so many motivation people. When you make a decision that I'm going to stick to this, go stick to them. That's it. Other people might be more tempting, right? Or, oh, I can do this, I can do that. No, stick to one journey, continue it, and you will get results. Yeah, that
That's really
that's
powerful.
what I would tell
Yeah,
everybody.
it's very powerful because it's easy. We call it red shiny object syndrome. It's like, oh, what's over there? Oh, what's over there? And it's like
Yeah,
distraction and lacking that focus that's needed oftentimes to achieve the goals. And so, with that said, like in your opinion, now that you're in the program for a few months, obviously we still have another 9 months to go before the year is up. What would you say to anybody that's considering having a coach in their corner this time around? And why should they maybe even consider working with me over anybody else or anything else that they've maybe tried in the past, in your own opinion?
well, first of all, as a vegetarian, it was always difficult for me. I always felt, oh, I need to eat meat or this to get proteins and stuff like that. So you broke that myth for me, first of all. Okay. So that was the biggest thing, for me to join you as. So whoever are on the fence, vegetarian people or non-vegetarian. So you have a method, you have results to show people, including me, like there are so many folks like me who have got the results. And I probably lose 20 pounds, but there are folks who have lost 4 more, in your, thing. So I think it is to give it a shot, for you, and 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 the results will follow. It followed for me, it will follow for them. We just have to stick to a routine. I think that is important. That's it.
Well, thanks so much, Prativ, for sharing your experience. I really appreciate all of the insight that you also like to share with regard to the meditation. I think there's a lot of actionable advice here that somebody could like literally implement today and start seeing some progress, whether it's the 40-40-20 with the protein carb fat ratio you were mentioning, or the steps you were mentioning, or even beginning to implement a mindfulness practice like meditation, even if it's for 5-10 minutes a day in the morning. And so, is there anything else that you'd like to leave everybody off with that's watching here today, or anything else that you'd like to share before we wrap it up?
I would say go for it. Islam is great. You've done a fantastic job, and I think you have the results to prove yourself to the world. I think whoever is on the fence, I would say go for it. Uh, I'm very, very happy with the whole program, and we'll continue this journey. I think we have 9 more months to go.
Yeah,
And
looking forward to
as you say,
it.
you're going to give me a six pack. So looking
That's it.
forward to that.
Looking forward to it as
Looking
well.
forward to it.
Yeah, maybe even before your
No, no,
50th.
yeah, that's true. No, but it's an amazing journey, and I think whoever is on the fence or who wants to try it, I think go for it. I think you've been great. You've been great. Thank
Thank
you.
you, Prateek. I really appreciate that. Thanks so much. And
Yep.
I want to thank everybody for tuning in, for watching. And if you found value from this, if you're interested in learning more about how we can potentially help you as well, then I want to encourage you to DM me the keyword SAS, that's South Asian Six Pack, not software as a service, on Instagram. And then we'll chat and see if there would be a way also for us to help you. Thank you again for tuning in. Thank you again, Prateek. And we will catch
Thank
you
you.
in our next video.
All right. Thank you.